brave little Jimmy to imas. You're being too close, Mom. You gotta zoom out. No, you gotta go out even more. There we go. What's good, you miserable pricks? It's your boy. Did you get a boner at the fact that I called you a miserable prick? The target audience had been reached. Cooking with Depression Part 2 official. The previous, because people like self-destructive humor, the previous video got like, I don't know, 500. That's good enough in my opinion, but apparently depressed people don't know how to make pancakes. What's this? Wait. Fuck. Wait, no. Wait. The bowl. Yes, apparently baking consists of putting random things in a bowl and then putting the random stuff in a bowl into a pan and cooking it, stir frying or whatever. When I used to fear about making pancakes, I always thought that somehow if I added in the wrong mixtures, it would create a weird reaction, not accidentally create mustard gas in order to kill everybody. But apparently that's not really how baking works. Up to my... No, you gotta upwards angle. More upwards. Apparently baking, you only sort of need the same few materials. Flour, eggs, and baking powder, whatever. The rest is just whatever you want to add into it to make it better. Do I have flour? Oh well, I can always use the best alternative. Sugar, breadcrumbs. Is that flour? Mm-mm. Isn't bread basically flour, but it's already processed? Does oat contain flour?
No.
Oh. Does, wait, I saw it. There it is. I don't know why it's self-rising or whatever. That helps with the flour.
You don't want that.
You don't want self-rising flour?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because it will ruin.
Is it gonna create mustard gas?
Maybe, or you'll ruin your pancakes.
And how am I gonna ruin my pancakes?
Well, are you gonna eat them?
Yeah.
Well, then you might want to get normal. Let's get normal.
Why do we need the other kind? Fine. We got icing sugar. We got raw sugar. Oh, there it is. Plain flour. Now, apparently, ingredients tell you're supposed to put a certain amount of teaspoons or spoons or kilometers or whatever inside the thing, because if you don't, it's gonna make your dick explode. So, but that's just overcomplication. Alright, that's just the perfectionists wanting their own perfectionist way. Oh, I'm a perfectionist. Do you know what I like? I'm a Victorian perfectionist. I like a spoon. Oodly doodly. Look at that. Wow. Oh, I got a Victorian person erection. Apparently you need like lots of flour or something. I didn't really practice it. You gotta make a nice little mountain of flour. There. Is that enough flour?
I don't know.
Alright, let's add a bit more. There we go. Is that enough flour?
I don't know. Okay.
Very well. See, apparently flour, if you mix it with water and you put it in the oven for a couple of seconds, it turns into bread, apparently. Well, then there's some yeast crap or whatever. I don't really study baking not much. I'm a dude, not a woman. But I'm challenging traditional gender stereotypes. You also need eggs, because apparently mixing eggs with flour makes it good. It's also a very good source of protein. The egg. Now, typically when I first made pancakes or whatever, I was very scared of getting the egg semen all over my fingers, but really, it's not much of a difference, or it's not much of a worry. You're gonna get egg semen on your fingers, no matter what you're gonna do when it comes to cooking eggs, unless you have an egg cooker. But if you're scared of getting egg semen on your fingers, you're a pussy. Yeah, we're breaking.
You're not cutting that in, are you?
I'm not gonna cut that out. Cooking is very simple, it's not that advanced. The only thing is advanced because all the cooking schmucks, the insecure celebrity chefs, they want to make cooking sound hard so they can get all the money through their MasterChef winning 2017 MasterChef. on masterchef.com so you can sell your things, because apparently if you are good at cooking and other people believe that you're good at cooking, that means that people are going to follow you because they think you're good at cooking because you're good at cooking. I don't know.
Are you good at cooking?
Every single meal I make give me diarrhea. I think I'm a pretty good chef. Let's add 3 eggs because I'm looking to make those sick gains, and that's probably the reasonable amount of eggs you can put in there. If you put in way too many eggs, it's gonna start tasting like eggs. Eggs and flour sort of mixed together. You can cut that video. Now here comes my favorite part, and the most controversial part of them all. Sugar. Now typically when my mom used to make pancakes for me, she'd add minimal amounts of sugar because she doesn't want me to grow up happy. So I'm going to add in as much sugar as I want. No, you're not gonna make a reaction? Alright, that's probably a reasonable amount of stuff. Now, apparently for an alternative thing we're supposed to do is add in baking powder. I don't know exactly what it does, but I think it prevents your dick from we don't add baking powder?
No.
Why don't we add baking powder?
Why would you?
Because it's baking powder. You use it for baking.
No. Well, this is not baking.
It's baking. We're making pancakes.
You're just mixing stuff together and then you're putting in the pan.
You know, I'm gonna add baking powder. I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Oh my god.
Why, you don't like a bit of exploration?
No.
A bit of exploration in the kitchen? There it is. Salt. Yeah, sure, let's add salt. Why not? Salt gets addictive. A little pinch of salt makes everything taste good, doesn't it?
Salt
there
is
it is.
good.
Baking powder.
Oh my god.
Just teensy tiny. Just a little bit, or else your dick's gonna explode. Your balls are gonna implode if you eat it with too much baking powder.
You worry so much about your dick.
Every depressed guy worries about his dick. Look at that mixed together. I think I added 2. Matter of fact, I think I forgot one thing.
Yep.
I think I forgot milk. Now I have no idea why you gotta add milk with baking, but it's one of the. If you've ever played Minecraft and baked a cake before, you obviously know milk is iconic. Is a detrimental addition to baking. If it doesn't have milk, it's not a baked product. You're eating meat if it's no milk in it. If there's no meat in your cookie, if there's no milk in your cookie, it's a pussy. No? That don't work? Alright, this is all dirty and gross. Okay, good. Yeah, that's it. That's good.
You sound so surprised, Lucky.
I'm very surprised. Oh yeah, if your girl catches you baking like this, she knows you're in it. She knows you're in it to win it. She's gonna get that girl boner or whatever they get. Apparently we're supposed to do this until there's no more chunks left in the thing. It's supposed to be clean.
Why don't you use the...
Because I'm manual. Or well, you can use an automatic thing, but it's
cheating?
It's cheating. You gotta train those muscles.
So it's like a depressed, healthy food workout.
Who said it was healthy? Now it's healthy. Well, you think the eggs weren't enough protein? Now we gotta max that pump. Don't you feel like this piece of pancake getting beaten around by the very likes of me because I insulted you in the opening? Don't you feel like the stir and the mix of pancake batter being constantly battered around because my mean words are too mean for you? And apparently it's turning you on for some reason. It's probably not because you're masochist or masochist or whatever it's called again. It's probably because you have depression.
Back in my day when I was depressed, a depressed and miserable young man who beated myself around in the room, beating myself and my mate. I was very miserable. Because there was always that one broad in the background insulting my everything that I did.
Apparently if you become insecure enough or anxious enough, apparently you're gonna feel like other people's opinions of you is gonna give you some kind of curse damage or some It's gonna feel like you've had a curse pushed on you, like, somebody's thinking something bad about me.
Oh, nobody's saying something bad about me. They're thinking too much and they're looking at me.
And then you try to tell that demon, hey, shut up. I'm the big boy. I'm the strong man. I got that armor shield of self-confidence. But apparently that demon just keeps on insulting you. Keeps on saying, you see that person walking over there? That person's thinking that your outfit is stupid. And you're... Man.
Your shoes are wrong.
Your shoes?
They did that.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
You saw that video? Basically in black culture, a black man's ego is all about his shoes because of consumerism or whatever. So there are always videos of black people going around insulting each other's shoes. It's an American thing.
That sounds extremely stereotypical.
Very stereotypical. Alright, we don't have any regular cheese, so we'll just use a deluxe cheese. This isn't cheese, this is butter. If you've seen the previous video, I told something about using tissues to wipe up your semen or whatever. That's what we're going to do. Whoops. We're going to use this tissue, fold it up in a thing. Now we're supposed to, we're not supposed to use butter. Maybe we're supposed to add that butter into the batter.
You can do both. Or either.
We're not really planning on making a Molotov, so we won't put the tissue in the oil. We're planning to put the oil on the tissue. Alright, putting oil on the tissue makes a wet tissue wet with oil. Putting tissue in the oil makes a Molotov. Is oil flammable? Putting a tissue into bourbon or something flammable turns it into a Molotov. Now we're just gonna... It's not so dangerous, it's just a wee bit of that and we'll just... Now you can pour oil in, but problem is the batter is gonna mix in with the oil. So you might as well not mix it with the oil. Because if you mix it with the oil, well, you're gonna have oiled up pancakes. And you don't want oiled up pancakes in your living room. You want oiled up men in your living room. Or women. I'm not racist or anything. Because I added extra butter, I have to beat this around a bit more. Beat it around. This tastes like cum. You saw that episode of South Park? Right, so here's how pancakes work. You want a small pancake or you want a big pancake? That all depends on how much stuff you add in. You want a big dick or you want a small dick? It all depends on the amount of effort you put on making your dick big. Now all you gotta do is turn this thing on. First you turn the thing on, then you turn the thing on. Now typically I gotta push it around, but this is a gas stove. If you got an electric stove, it doesn't really matter. Wow! Oh my God! I thought it was so difficult. At last! Pancakes! This is the basic step to make basic pancakes. Manual style. You could just go to Kohl's and get that basic pancake juice off the shelf, pour it onto the thing, or microwave it, or I don't know, you're depressed, you can't cook. And then basically it does something cool and it does a little dance and then it's a pancake. A waffle is very simple to making a pancake, except you need a waffle fryer that steams it from both sides. It's like an Oreo, except you're probably not the batter because you have depression. This is a waffle fryer. It's very greasy. I'm holding it with my hands. This is the inside of a waffle fryer. Now how can you make a waffle fryer fried waffle the fry? It's quite simple. You fry the waffle, then you waffle the fry. Oh yeah, I can smell that pancake. Can you breathe out fresh aura finally? Some bit of fresh air.
So waffles actually need the self-rising stuff.
Huh? Fortunately, they don't call me the improviser for nothing. I got an exact plan to counterattack this entire melancholy I got myself into. I made that word up, by the way. But first, This is a spatula. This is what SpongeBob uses to make his Krabby Patties. Simple patty crapping making recipe. You gotta shove it from the underground. But Minecraft kids would dig a tunnel underneath the place and free those aliens so they could clap them cheeks. Now apparently electrical things have different properties from gas. Apparently that's how it works. And we'll just turn it to 5 and shut the door. And we'll see who has the self-rising waffles.
It's gonna leak.
After all that mess I made in the kitchen, you're scared of me getting some waffle fluid on the floor. Oh! Gotta zoom in on that little leak. Oh, it's crying!
It is crying.
Ah.
I'm not sure if the waffle thing will survive this.
It's crying, but it's I guess we're all gonna be a bit sad on some days. I think it's liking my commentary so far. That's good enough. That was my first time, by the way. And remember, if a grease fire occurs and the entire thing lights up in flame, always get back to your traditional old... Or just take something flame-phobic and shove it over the thing, as long as you choke, you know. Oh, look at that!
Wait.
It's beautiful. Oh, it's so sad. Who made it so sad for?
Oh, is it because I added too much stuff in there?
Yeah.
A precious newborn waffle. Straight out of its mother's womb. And the only sacrifice ever made was a little bit of smoke smell. Oh, I'm getting good at this. Now remember, you can't eat off the floor, so you gotta put a plate in there. We also forgot to talk about the whole masochism thing, but screw it, it's YouTube. If you want more cooking tips with my mom, you can correct me on anything stupid I'm doing. Like the video, 50 likes, same thing, 50 likes for pancakes. 50 likes for something else. I don't know what exactly it was. But we're not done yet. We still got some more pancakes to go. After all, we got all this fluid and not enough bluid. I made that word up. I'm getting Christmas tree. Just gently move it down and up. Like that. And let's just add a little bit more pancake mixture. Let's have it coated with the cheese. Now the reason why I'm letting this thing open up is to have it cool down. It's basically simple. At times you try to leave your door open to cool your room down to make it not smell like a Coomer cave, but then you remember that you have a family and they're not very nice to you. But you know who is nice to me? My mom! You ever seen a regular show?
No.
Or maybe your parents and family isn't really mean to you. Maybe they love you and are concerned over you, but your imaginary girlfriend is telling you the complete opposite. Because your imaginary girlfriend is not real. She's just a figment of your imagination. A piece of information in your mind. Telling you to, hey, you know what would be awesome? You know what would be an awesome date idea? Nothing. To stay in your room and play League of Legends all day.
That thing is gonna be hot. Because it's metal.
Yeah, duh. What are we... Sorry, Ma, I broke your pan. Having schizophrenia must suck. It's like that entire imaginary waifu thing, but like even more real. Was that thing on all the time?
Yep.
Oh crap! That's not good for the video.
No.
If you want a better video without things in the background, like the video. I don't know why you should like the video because there was a thing in the background, but I don't know. Kind of decides what video is good or not. How many likes it gets. You should know me. I got 3 years of experience doing this. Not really cooking with my mom, but cooking Christmas tree shaped pancakes Now, why should the pancakes be shaped like Christmas trees? I have absolutely no idea. Mainly because it's fun. Because that's the one thing you're lacking in life. And you probably can't relate to making Christmas tree shaped pancakes. Because you have no fun in your life. There's not so many betting onto your imaginary girlfriend. Telling you abusive crap. Wow. Telling you stuff like fat and ugly. And stupid. Stupid. Sometimes you gotta just break out of that world and cut yourself into a nice little Gordon Ramsay would be proud of this. Wow! Miserable pancakes! Miserable pancakes for a miserable you! That's it.
La 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 la.
Nothing better than a good cup of chai in a spot.